Today we're going to be discussing the new Orphegel spell cards that are coming out of Soul Fusion, and we have actually some pretty interesting cards here. Specifically, the field spell I think is very, very strong. But without any further ado, we have 3 cards to talk about today. We have 5 cards to talk about today because we have 2 traps because we didn't talk about any traps at all, and they have 2 traps. So let's just jump right into it. So the first card that we have here is Orphegel Prime. It's a normal spell, and you can only activate it once per turn. You can send you can send to the graveyard one Orphegel or one World Legacy monster from your that is in your hand or face them on the field, and then draw 2 cards. This is actually very, very strong. It's a searchable card it's a searchable pot of greed for the archetype. It's really strong, and having to send a card to the graveyard, an Orphegel card monster to the graveyard is not a disadvantage at all, because you could just simply use its effect afterwards in the graveyard to finish themselves, to do some various other things. So needless to say, this card's going to be very good. I think you play 3 of this card because it draws 2 cards and the effect is super strong. The field spell, in my opinion, is really, really good. This is Orphegel Babel. It's a field spell, like I said, and it has 2 effects. The first effect is the effect of linked monsters you control whose original names include Orphegel, and of monsters in your graveyard whose names include Orphegel can be activated during the player's turn. So basically, this makes every single one of your Orphegel monsters a quick effect in the graveyard, and as well as your Orphegel link monsters, which is very, very strong. I don't think we've ever actually really seen an effect like this on a card before, where it just basically gives your opponents, hey, these cards are now quick effects because I said so. So it's really good. It's really strong. I think it's fantastic. The second effect is if this card is in your graveyard, except the turn that it was sent there, you can send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard, then add this card to your hand. Very graveyard reliant. I think the easiest downside to see with this archetype so far is the fact that it is graveyard reliant. So the fact that this deck can probably easily be stopped by like Necro Valley, Macrocosmos, Dimensional Fissure might hinder the archetype a little bit, but maybe we'll see some cards in the future that will make that as big of an issue. But currently speaking, though, this in a vacuum, these cards are very, very strong. This card is very, very good. Because it not only fields the graveyard so you can activate their effects during the player's turn, but it recurs your field spell, so that's pretty good. 3 of that card, because it's a field spell. And Orphegel Einsatz. It's a continuous spell with only 1 effect, and you can only use it once per turn. If your opponent normal or special summons a monster, you could choose you could choose from your hand or deck 1 Orphegel or World Legacy monster, and if you do, send it to the graveyard or banish it. This is just strictly to fill your graveyard. I think maybe you play 1 copy of this card because of the fact that it's searchable, and loading your graveyard is not a bad effect. So yeah, we're not going to talk about this link 4. We'll talk about this link 4 later. I'm not sure if they're even here. No, they're not even on this page. They should have been. But I guess we'll just talk about those in a separate video of their own. So if you guys did enjoy, please leave a comment in the comment section down below. I'll see you guys in the next video. This has been Tristan signing out.